I hope you're receiving this signal, because the technocrat machine don't want this news. They don't want this thing. They've been trying their best to stop this, but guess what? It's too late. It's happening. Angela Rayner, she's packing up her bag and she's going. She's coming back to Manchester, guys. She left us here. She left me here. They don't want this news. It's happening. Just when you thought it won't happen, it's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, patriots, truth seekers, digital warriors, listen, we all been wanting this for a very long time. We've been crying for this. Hey, a little crack. And guess what? It's cracking. This power keg is gonna explode hard on Keir Starmer's face. Yeah, they thought they were smart, but really they're not that smart. They thought they could cheat. They could set the rules and we can all follow it. But for them, no. They just go away and just do whatever they want, save money, cheats. And then blame it on their kids. Oh, my kid is disabled. No, you have to go. Angela Rayner is on her way out. And she's going home. She has to go. I'm sorry, she has to go. I did make a broadcast yesterday saying she needs to go. And thank God, in today's news, we are breaking that Angela Rayner is going home. Oh, the camera's there. Angela Rayner is going home. Sorry, I keep focusing, looking at the screen now. I end up not looking at the camera. Now, let's break this news, shall we? How do we even start this? You know what I mean? There's so many ways to tackle this. Should I? Well, let me actually just break it to those guys who just want to know, hey, bro, just tell me what's going on. All right, cool, perfect, cool. Now, this lady bought a house, and it's not bad to buy a house. It's okay to buy a house. She lives, she has one house. Main house was in Manchester, Greater Manchester, over here in Ashton-under-Lyne. Not far away from here. All right, and that's where her constituent really is. But she lives in London, in central London. She has another house in London, so that means she had two houses. But she wanted to get another house, third house. Yes, talk about. She claimed that she was on paycheck to paycheck. I'm sorry, that's not paycheck to paycheck level. I'm sorry, you don't buy two houses and then go to buy a third house and say, hey, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Or which middle class guy is looking to buy a third house? But guess what, for Angela Rayner, yes, she's one of the working class people apparently, so she needed another house. So she went to buy this another house in Hove, and that was valued at approximately 800,000. That's a lot of money. And then she used her son disabled compensation, NHS compensation, to buy that. And then she claimed that, I seeked legal advice, and the lawyers told me that I could do it, and there's no problem with it, so there's nothing wrong. So then she said, yeah, I did it because these legal guys, the people told me I could do it. So she did. And now yesterday emerged that the people, the lawyers, the law firm that she claimed she was gave her advice, they came out saying, hey, we didn't do anything. We didn't tell her to do it. She's using us as a scapegoat. So she pissed a lot of people off. She pissed me off. The guy on the right who's just trying to report, who's living, I'll probably say paycheck to paycheck if business does well. She pissed the lefties who want people to pay 100% tax, the lefties who want us to be in the communist. She pissed those guys off. And she also pissed the guys who don't want to pay tax, but they have to pay because it's a law and they have to, have to pay. She pissed those guys off. So she basically pissed the whole camp. So the left want her out, as you can see from the media. They really do want her out. The right want her out because, most people on the right don't believe in paying high taxes. So if somebody who's a lefty government who is pushing for more taxes, looking at the next budget. Oh God, I'm not gonna talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it in the next coming days. So she pissed all of us off. So it was just, I think it was wrote in the stone that she needed to go. She had to go. And I'm gonna break it down. Breaking news: Angela Rayner has resigned. I was expecting Keir Starmer to have enough balls to actually fire her, because Keir Starmer would have looked like a kingmaker, like a peacemaker, like a guy with integrity, a guy with a leader who sees somebody doing wrong and cast them to the dogs instantly. It would, Keir Starmer would have been perceived that way, but he was too coward enough to do that. And he didn't. He was spineless, as Kemi Bednock said. He was too spineless to do it. And it appeared that Angela Rayner, with too much pressure, too much media pressure, the hypocrisy, I got videos I'm going to show you, and she decided to basically end herself. And I mean that politically. And I want to talk about why she wanted to move to Hove, because yeah, we're going to get into that. But first, I want to show you this big interview that she did with Sky News with Beth. I mean, I like Beth. To be fair, she's actually so cool. I see the interviews that she do. She's active, she's fierce, she's strong, she goes head first and she attacks, and she's actually good. I've seen some of her interviews, but we did this interview with Angela Rayner. You can kind of tell it's like you thought it was like a best friend sitting together, having fun, and just talking about how terrible life really is. And you would think, is this really a political interview, or is this just two girls sitting together and just talk about life and how sad everybody really, how sad everybody's around them and how mad people are against them? So I want to show you this video. So Beth, she really disappointed me, because I thought she was actually a cool journalist. She just went out there and threw softball. Here's the interview I want you to see. I think this interview just pissed everybody off, and the media just clamped down on it, because we wanted to get hard questions, but we got softballs.
Deputy Prime Minister, you've been accused of dodging a £40,000 tax bill on your new home on the South Coast. You said it was your main home, while also claiming your constituency home in Ashton was your main home for other purposes. Do you just want to clear this up? What's going on?
Yeah, first of all, Beth, it's been quite a distressing time for my family. I have a court order that was in place around confidentiality regarding my son, my family and my divorce proceedings that happened in 2023, and therefore wasn't able to give a full account of the circumstances of our complex living arrangements. That order was lifted last night. I applied to have that order lifted so that I could give people the information. In 2020, my son had an award, and a trust was set up by the court to deal with his finances as part of that award with a legal trustee. And in 2023, when me and my husband divorced, the decision was, because that home was adapted to support my son who has lifelong disabilities as a result of that injury that occurred to him, that trust was set up, and they decided that they would take on the property so that me and my husband could have a nesting arrangement where we could provide for my child in our family home, which is our family home and remains our family home. So when I'm looking after the children, I go back to the family home, and then when my ex-husband is looking after children, he does, and it was done primarily to support my son with his additional needs and to provide stability for them during the divorce. And that was the arrangement that we put in place. I then went to purchase, took my life savings basically out of the property, the 25% that I still owned within the property, took that money out so that I could purchase with a mortgage the place in Hove. And I took, advice on that, and I relied on that legal advice that I received that said that I was liable to pay the standard stamp duty. Subsequently to that, with all of the media reports that have been coming out, I took expert counsel advice on all of
here's the
my
best part.
affairs to ensure that everything was done proper. And that expert counsel said that the advice that I received was inaccurate because of the trust. I don't own the property, that is true. I only own one property that is mortgaged, like most people. But because of the nature of the trust that was set up by the court, that I would be liable to pay the additional stamp duty. As soon as I knew that that was the case, I have alerted and referred myself to the independent advisor on the ministerial code to ensure that they can look transparently at what's happened, and also contacted HMRC to say that there is additional tax owing on this and that I'm prepared to pay that and fully comply with the HMRC as well.
Yeah, that's Angela Rayner right there. Beth throwing softball questions like, do you really want to just take a moment and explain to everybody how you're feeling today? And Angela Rayner is like, oh, thank God you're not asking me tough questions, please. And then she just went on for 2, 4, 5 minutes. And then interview's done. What? Yeah, so the media wanted her out because there's a lot of reason why she needed to go. And I'm going to try to break it down, not being too conspiratory here, because of course that's not allowed anymore in UK. You can't really wrestle with your mind, verbally out there while people are listening, because that you could be branded as whatever they're throwing out, and you could probably be jailed. So I'm gonna try to explain to you. But let me carry on showing you these videos where Keir Starmer, this was the time for him to come out as one of the leader who cares way too much about the law, who cares about the people, who cares about the integrity, the ethics, the trust in the government. He had this chance for him to do that, for him to come out and be like, all right, Angela, yeah, you need to go. You messed up today. I'm sorry. We can still be friends. I mean, we can meet in the same pub and have a professional relationship. And yeah, but you gotta go. You messed up, and you're making my government look bad. He had the chance, but guess what? He blew it up, because when in Parliament, I believe this was like 3-4 days ago, when he was asked about firing her, and he just went on to defend her. And the crazy thing is that over cabinets as well had a chance to say, hey, she did wrong, she gotta go. But they also defended her. So you can tell it's all like a game. It's all like all people just together, and they're just having fun. Whoever mess up, they defend each other. Whoever fucks up, they just defend each other. Whoever does some crazy stuff, they just defend each other. Whoever is crying in the parliament, they just defend each other. So we couldn't get these guys to actually put the trust and the ethics and the standard first before their friendship. They all just defended each other. So here's a clip from Keir Starmer defending her when he had a chance to basically say, hey, she did wrong, she gotta go.
The action that we will be taking in this area, and I will make sure that the Honourable Lady receives a response from the Home Office on the matter that she raises.
Kim Johnson. In relation to the Deputy Prime Minister, she has explained her personal circumstances in detail. She's gone over and above in setting out the details, including Mr. Speaker, yesterday afternoon, asking a court to lift a confidentiality order in relation to her own son. I know from speaking at length to the Deputy Prime Minister just how difficult that decision was for her and her family. But she did it to ensure that all information is in the public domain. She has now referred herself to the independent advisor. That is the right thing to do.
The action that we will be taking.
So yeah, they love defending each other. They really do.
Receives a response from the Home Office on the matter that she raises.
You could do the crazy thing ever. You can tank the economy, which she's about to do. Rachel Reeves. She can do that, and Keir Starmer will come and defend her. That's where we are today. Where they can defend grooming gang, and they'll come and defend each other. It's just like, what the heck is going on? And we are slowly finding out that, hey, you guys keep defending each other. We're going to put more pressure, and you're going to be put to the back of the wall, and the only option is to resign. And that's what Angela Rayner got. Now, Of course, she was out there talking about integrity. She's out there talking about how important it is to be, to be so ethical in the government. How important it is for you to, make sure there's so much trust in the government. And she was out there, the front line. She was leading the march. And I want to show you this video. They talk about hypocrisy here. Of course, she just resigned, so she probably fixed it a little bit. But the hypocrisy was too hard. She was calling for every single person to resign when Boris was in power. And you walk a little, you take the wrong step. Angela Rayner was on Twitter saying, resign! And that's what she was doing. And that, of course, returned really hard on her. I'm sure she's gonna love the house in Hove though. But we really do need that 40k to the tax man. It doesn't matter if you resign or not, we need that money back, alright? But here's a video of her talking on a high horse on how important it is to be so ethical and having high standards as a government.
Holding any position in public life should mean upholding the highest standards of ethics and integrity. But the cronyism, sleaze and scandal we've seen over the past decade has undermined trust in politics and public life at home and abroad. Misconduct and sleaze has a direct impact on a government's ability to deliver for the public. Transparent and accountable government is key to delivery. Cleaning up politics is about ensuring government actually delivers for the people. Holding any position in
Holding any position is about integrity. All right. Thank you so much for leaving. I really appreciate your integrity. Yeah, I really do. The ethics, the standards. Thank you so much for leaving, Angela Rayner. I was not expecting you to leave today. I was actually expecting you to leave on Monday. But obviously you left now. It's probably easier on you. You can probably spend weekend doing whatever you wanted to do. You can travel in Hove. You can lay there next to the seaside. Just lay there and be like, what should I do now? Should I join your party or should I join this? Now, let's talk about why she had to go to Hove, right? Let's talk about that. Because I want to break all the news at once. I want to shoot one bullet and kill 6 birds at once. Now, obviously she had to go. Because she cheat, she's a fraud. Thank God, whoever was in her ears this morning or yesterday, I know she didn't want to go. We all know she didn't want to leave. We know she didn't want to leave. She wanted to hang on to power. It's like these guys are like a child. When you give them something that they've been wanting for very long, like maybe you give them a toy that they've been crying for. And they hold it. They go to sleep and they're holding it. They don't want to let go. That was Angela Rayner with power, and that is the Labour Party. Keir Starmer, yes, all those cabinet ministers, that's them. They are just hungry for power. They are wanting to secure seats. They are wanting to be in Parliament for as long as they can. I mean, you look at Diana Abbott. She's been out there for how long? Diana Abbott has been in Parliament before I was born. What has she done? Can we have a new law or new legislation where we hey, if you're useless in this house, you gotta go. Can we have a minimum, maximum term they can do? Maybe they can do 5 terms. Maybe five election and they have to go. Man, Diana Abbott has been in power before I was born. This lady has been out there with Tony Blair's before Tony. Was she in there when Margaret Thatcher was? I'm sorry, maybe I'm pushing it, but she's been in there for very long. That's what they are. They are hungry, power-driven individuals. When they're gay, they keep it and they don't want to give it to anybody. That's why I believe Angela Rayner was running away to Hove, because she's seen a seat in Manchester. In Ashton-under-Lyne being basically, she knew that she was gonna lose if there was gonna be another general election or maybe another by-election in that place. She knew because there's a video out there circulating. I don't know if I should show you. I'm not sure if I show you, maybe I might get in trouble. But hey, we're good at getting trouble on this channel. I mean, we've been in trouble for a very long time. We're good at it. So here's Angela Rayner here. I wanna find you this video. I didn't really prepare it for this broadcast today, but since we're here, we might as well do it. So let's find it. Oh God. Right. So you see this Gaza stuff. We have this problem in Gaza where obviously the war that needs ending. I'm condemning it with every single voice I have in my lung, because I don't Ukraine war, all these wars should stop. These kids, mothers, fathers, sons, they should have the freedom that we have here in the United Kingdom, where they can do whatever they want. They can sit here and report the news. I mean, I'm so grateful that I'm in the UK. I have the ability to sit here and report the news to you. I mean, this is an important job. I'm here telling you how to see the world. That is an important role. Whoever takes that lightly, I mean, don't listen to those guys. Having influence is like one of the biggest and important role in the society. And they say when you change the music the society listens to, you change this future. And when you change what the society is taking and the movies they're watching, you basically change their future. And guess what? I'm here reporting to you the news. And I think this is like one of the most incredible jobs, and I would never take it for granted. And I want kids, especially people in Gaza, Ukraine, wherever they are, Congo, Sudan, I want them to have the opportunity to do such a thing in their country as well. So, of course, I'm always against the war. Anybody who tweets about, bomb this country, I'm like, please, bro. Like, there's people out there who are, like, looking for opportunity that you have to even feel free to tweet like that. Yeah, so I'm always against the war. Call me what you are. I'm not on the left or right. I'm just, like, war, not good. And I don't know who should say war is good. But hey, that's my 2 cents. Now let's get back to Angela Rayner, because she's in trouble here. So we're not gonna let her go lightly right now. No, we're not. So here's cut 7. So let me add this on 7. This video was not prepared for this. Anyways, I want you to watch this. This is very important. I mean, when you have the knowledge of the situations in a country, you don't really need to do as much. Well, of course, I do a lot of research to do this, but because when you just connect 2 and 2 together and you remember a clip and you're like, oh, that's why. And maybe that's literally just what happened here. I want to show you this video of Angela Rayner going into, I think she was invited in I don't know what place this was, in a house, to go and talk about how the Labour Party has been portraying the Muslim votes, and she was basically almost close to her knees, telling them how she needs another chance, and she's doing whatever she can so she can keep these guys voting for her. And of course, we got all these parties that have come up now. We got Reform, we got Your Party, we got Advance UK, we got all these parties, and of course they are posing a lot of threats in the seats, especially Reform and Your Party and the Muslim voting and the Green Party. So she's seen the Labour Party upsetting the Muslim voting bloc, so she needed to defend her seat. Because she knew, like, hey, if I stay in Manchester, man, I mean, we've pissed these guys off. They're not going to vote for me anymore. Labour Party has stabbed these guys in the back. So she wanted to switch a seat. And maybe that's why she wanted to make the Hove, the new apartment in Hove, maybe that's why she wanted to make that as her own main house. So that maybe she can switch a constituent and run there. Because over there, she'll have little to nothing competition. And she can just stay in power for as long as possible. Maybe she's taking a copy, maybe she's taking copy from Diana Abbott. And she's seeing how Diana Abbott has been able to stay in power for over 30 years. And she's like, man, I want that. And she's young as well. Angela Rayner is quite young, so I'm sure she would want to be in Parliament for the next 50 years. But yeah, here's a video I want you to watch of her begging the Muslim voting. And I mean that respectfully, of course. I'm not saying that in any sort of prejudice way. So, and I'm making that explanation because they're watching this video and they're waiting for me to slip up with my words so they can just shut it down. I don't know why we're living in a country like this where somebody is sitting on their laptop watching and checking Baraka show just to make sure I mess up so they can take down the channel. It's been 9 months they've been reviewing this channel. I mean, what? Here's a clip I want you to watch.
Ashton, my voters were very upset with the Labour Party. I was with you and you saw me over the line. You supported me in seats that are similar to mine. People lost their seat. You were there for me, and I don't believe I could have done that without you. Now, I know that people are angry about what's happening in the Middle East, and I said live on TV, and I say to this day, if me resigning as an MP now would bring a ceasefire, I would do it. I would do it. If I could affect change, the only thing I've done, and Waj knows this, I got 3 British doctors out last week from Rafah who were stuck there. I worked hard day and night to get them out. They were stuck there because they've been helping. And I'm now working on getting aid in again because those doctors told me they went in with 10 suitcases and that lasts a week. Now they've been restricted to 2 suitcases. That won't last. That's nowhere near enough. So I promise you, the Labour Party, including myself, is doing everything we can because nobody wants to see. And nobody wants to see what's happening. And only last week, the Labour Party were supporting the ICC. The Conservatives didn't support the ICC. So at this general election on that issue, we can't affect anything when we're not in government. And I'll be honest with you, if Labour get into government, we are limited. I will be honest. I'm not going to promise you because Biden, who's the US, who has way more influence, has only got limited influence in that. And Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all of these people, we are all working to stop what's happening at the moment. We want to see that. So I promise you that's what we want to see. And if Labour get into power, we will recognise Palestine. I will push not only to recognise, but there is nothing to recognise at the moment, sadly. It's decimated. We have to rebuild Palestine. We have to rebuild Gaza. That takes more than just recognising it. It takes resources. It takes infrastructure. It takes expertise. We need teachers. We need civil servants. We need all of the... Ashton, my voters were very upset with the Labour Party.
So you can see that she wasn't just having a conversation with the guys and obviously, drinking chai and, tea. And she wasn't just having a nice conversation. Hey, let's hang out for this afternoon. I'm quite free today. No, she was out there. You can see, she was like, if I resign, do you think there'll be change? And everybody, no, don't resign. She's like, I'm trying. We're going to recognize Palestine. And guess what? Labour Party came out the last 2 months or maybe last month saying they're going to recognize Palestine in September, basically next week, 11th of September. And, at the UN resolution. So, obviously, she made that promise and Labour Party is trying to fulfill that to recognize Palestine. But she basically, but Labour Party has not done enough what the Muslims and the voting bloc have been asking for. So her seat is basically hanging on one little thread, hanging on basically nothing. It's gonna fall. I believe if we have a general election right now, she probably won't be in government. She won't be in a parliament. She won't be a member of parliament. Unless she moves somewhere where it's fresh. And because she's known within the left, wherever she goes and run within either a Green Party or Labour Party or your party, wherever she runs in, they're going to vote for her because she has the popularity in terms of local election, general election type of stuff. becoming a member of parliament. And so she wanted to go to Hove because her seat in Manchester is basically jeopardized, and and she wanted to find somewhere where she'll be safe and she can run there and stay in power for the next 50 to 100 years if she wants. But I don't know how well that is working. I'm not sure if she's gonna pull some other fraud. So we have to wait for that. I'll keep watching this news closely so I can report to you what's going on. But yeah. This is the reason why she wanted to get a second house. Because it makes zero sense, right? It makes zero sense for a girl from Manchester calling herself Mancunian. Of course she is. She sounds very Mancunian. I mean, and that's a lovely thing. She has 2 houses already. It makes no sense for her to want to buy another house. For what? Like, you gonna split yourself? Oh, I'm on this house, this house, this house. I mean, who are you? Why do you need so many houses? Oh, we find it now. The reason why she wanted another house is because she wanted to stay in power, and she knew wherever she was living right now was not good enough, was not strong enough for the next election for her to be voted in. I mean, she doesn't want to be like the next, what's the safeguarding minister's name? Oh, I forgot her name. Bridget Phillip, is it Bridget Phillip? Let me check. Safeguard minister. Yeah, it's Jessie Phillip. Yeah, she doesn't want to be like Jessie Phillip because Jessie Phillip knows that the next election she's gone. She's gone. The amount of people lining up to take her seat, she knows. That's why when it came to like the grooming gang. I mean, she was not doing very well because there's a lot of people who are upset about how the Labour Party handled the grooming gang, and I'm talking that on both sides. The right wing is like, hey, we want everything exposed, and the left wing is like, oh, it doesn't matter, and the Muslim vote, the bloc, wants nothing to be disclosed, and Jessie Phillip didn't know what to do. And we all know right now, the next general election, she's gone. She's gone. And obviously, Angela Rayner seen that. And she was like, hey, I don't want to be caught in that position. So, that's where we are today. She's resigned, thank God. We'll see who else will be next. I believe, I don't know who else will be next, to be fair. I'm not I don't think there'll be anybody next. The only thing that's left is going to be a by-election. That's the only thing next. That's all I see right now. That's all. That's it. That's all. I don't think anybody else will resign because whoever resigns next is going to force them to call a general election. And then we'll see from there, and everybody will start from zero again, and we'll see how it's going to go. I'm not sure who's going to take a seat. There's new reports coming in saying who's going to replace her. And of course, she did try to bring in this new vote and this new bill about blocking mayors from becoming, to running to become prime minister. She wanted to block that from happening. And we all know why Angela Rayner wanted to block that mayors from becoming prime ministers, because she see that in Manchester, there's one guy who's basically been called up to come and save the Labour Party, and the guy goes by the name of Andy Burnham in Manchester. Is the mayor of Manchester, and we have also another guy in London who's basically the Labour Party are preparing and prepping him up to become the prime minister or to run to become one, to challenge the country, and he goes by the name of Sadiq Khan. And of course, she wanted to hijack and she wanted to do a silent coup. Of course, peacefully, of course. And so she wanted to pass this bill, and that didn't work. So I thank God she's out. And that's it to report to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, there is a link. If you want to support the channel, as you already know, the channel is demonetized. We get nothing for doing this. We're doing this for passion, of course. But if you want to keep the lights going, if you want to keep the system running, if you want to keep the subscription to keep everything running, then you can support the channel. I believe Truthfinder has put the link in the chat on YouTube. I don't know where you're watching. If you're watching on X, I don't know. Is that a link on X? I don't know. There's not a link on X, but there's a link on YouTube. If you're watching on Rumble, there's a link in the description of this broadcast right now. So if you are on the website, if you're watching on the website, there's a link on the website, and you'll find it. If you can donate, or if you can support, become a Patreon. I'll really appreciate that. It keeps it funds the operation, and it keeps it going. And thank you so much, True Finder, for keeping the chat active. I really appreciate you on this hard time with this censorship machine. Hopefully YouTube will come to their senses, but I believe they're too far gone now. But we'll see. But thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. Without further ado, hand to the head salute. I'll see you on another one. I might do another broadcast today, because I was meant to do one till 2 broadcasts as a regular schedule, but I did this, so I might come back on later on to break more news, because there's a lot of stories that I think they've not been reported. I want to report it to you guys, so I might come back on later on, probably around 5 o'clock, because True Finder suggested that 5 o'clock is a good time to go live. So hey, we take advice from our moderators and from our subscribers. So if you have any sort of suggestion, I'm always open to take them. But thank you so much. Hand to the head salute. And if you're looking for a shirt, you see this shirt right here? The nation needs to know. And you think, man, Barak, where do I find this shirt? I mean, where do I go? I mean, what can I do to get a shirt like this, and so I can look pretty? So I can look pretty on the 13th of September. Well, there's a store right now. Go to the store. It's thebarakashow.com, and you can get yourself a t-shirt. Here's a video that we made promoting this t-shirt. Check this out. It's actually a cool video. Attention. This is not just a normal t-shirt. This is your battle armor in this war against lies and manipulation and deception. And when you wear this t-shirt, you are not just making a statement. You are drawing a line in the sand. And you're saying, I will not be silenced, I will not be bought, and I will not be steered. Every thread in this t-shirt screams defiance. Every letter of I found the truth, not propaganda. Or maybe every letter of the nation needs to know is a rally cry out for independent thinkers, disruptors, the people who refuse to bend to the mainstream media narrative. We need your fund, and this is your chance to stand up, to speak out and fund the fight for the truth. Don't just wear it like a regular t-shirt. You have to live it. The nation needs to know you're gonna live it. Yes, please. I need you to fuel the resistance. Be the reason why the truth survives in this country. Please get yours at thebarakashow.com, and thank you so much for keeping us on air. Thank you.
In the shadow of the digital gulag, we fire up the truth cannon and blast through the lies.
And the show host, Baraka Amuri.
Ladies and gentlemen, patriots, truth seekers, digital warriors. As you already know, this is not just a regular broadcast. This is the Operation Airways Liberation. And of course, it's on the surge. The algorithm are trying to topple us. The shadow banning our content, and the gatekeeper of this narrative are doing every single thing they can to take us down. But guess what? We are still here, and we are not going anywhere. I'm only 23 years old. I'm just getting started. And if you stand with us, this is your moment to strike back. Every pound that you've donated is a bullet in the chamber of truth. And every patron that you've pledged is a shield against this censorship. And every supporter, every subscriber is a soldier in this war of this information. And of course, we are building a channel that exposes and shakes the institution. We are rallying community to refuse to be gaslit. We are exposing predators. We are exposing cover-up. We are exposing the corruption. And they hate us for that. Of course, we're not funded by billionaires. We're being funded by you since the beginning. And if you want this voice to stay on air, if you want this resistance to grow louder, stronger, and unstoppable, this is your time to act. Don't wait until I'm gone. Don't wait until the live stream gets caught mid-sentence. Click the link in the description. Become the resistant. become a sustaining member of the Baraka Show. Fund the war. Fund this enigma machine that we're building that will counter narrative, destroy the bias, and expose the real nuggets to you live and direct. Because if we fall, they win. And I promised you I won't let that happen. But trust me guys, they're getting very, very close. They are getting so close. And of course, this is not charity. This is a warfare for information. This is survival. This is victory. And I need you to fund this war. Join the resistance, fuel the fight, and keep us on air. Click the first link in the description. Thank you so much.
And the show host